Happy New Year's, everybody.
Denzel, this time of year, fighting is what it kind of becomes about. You're fighting for your playoff lives. What does it say about those guys in that locker room, yourself included, to come into this building and fight what you guys fought?
Like you just said, man, we got to fight. We know what's at stake. We know what happens, when we do win, and, we know what happens if we lose. So right now, man, like you said, it's just about fighting, like literally about fighting.
What was your week like?
Well, first 2 days I was shaking. This COVID thing, real. I was shaking for like the first 2 days, 2.5 days, and after that it was just more coughing. But I'm good now.
Did you feel like all week you were going to be able to be out here to play? Or
Honestly, I didn't think I was going to play. But,
really?
the new rules and, after 5 days, you're no longer considered contagious, which I find that questionable, but whatever. I'm out here, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
After you weren't able to, or essentially weren't able to practice all week, what kind of went into your preparation?
It was more of a mental week for me. Not just for me, anybody who else didn't, practice this week. It was just more of a mental week. As far as cardio and endurance, it was tough for me today. I came out a couple times, because I really couldn't breathe. But, you just got to adjust. You just got to adjust, man. And that I feel like that was my biggest thing. Was just like it was more of a mental week for me, mental preparation.
When the Colts got down on their final drive, and I know you guys are thinking no score or field goal, how much confidence did you have in your offense to be able to take it from there?
Oh, man, we just got to get them the ball, man. We got a lot of confidence in our offense, man. And today, they showed what the offense can do.
You guys were really strong on third down today. What do you think helped you on that?
Just doing your job, fighting and doing your job, especially that last third down. Like, I don't know who it was. I think everybody was just saying, hey, give it all you got. And I was like, shit, I can. Ooh. Sorry. It's like, shoot, I can barely breathe myself right now. So, yeah. But that's mainly what it came down to, man. Like he said, just fighting. Like fighting and giving it your all.
I know you were dealing with COVID all week, so you didn't know if you were going to play with the ankle too.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing. I couldn't get, like, the proper treatment that, I'd normally get. So, like I said, it was just all mental, man. It was all mental. Like, I could have came out here and, use that as an excuse. I didn't get treatment all week, or, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, and kind of ruled myself out. But, got a great support system in that locker room, coaches and just at home support in general.
I know all week you heard about Jonathan Taylor. All you guys heard about that challenge, and it seems like you guys were up to that challenge. What was the key to kind of mitigating him, not necessarily stopping him, but mitigating?
Yeah, man, just getting all 11 to the ball. Obviously we know what the guy can do. He had some nice runs today. Try not to curse, sorry. He had some nice runs today, but the main focus with him is just getting all 11 to the ball. Yeah, like I said, we see what he can do. Much respect to him.
You're still in this moment, kind of celebrating the win, but one game left. If you win, you know what that means.
Yeah.
What is that going to feel like for you guys?
Feels good, but when we get to that game, and when we get there, we'll get there. Right now, we're just celebrating this win, and I told the guys, make sure y'all go home and take zinc and vitamin C. COVID's still real, and that's for everybody at home watching too.
All right, thanks, guys.
Give me 1 second here. Okay. I'll just start off by saying how excited we are and proud we are of our football team and the way in which they competed out there today. Regardless of the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows during the game, I think you can see the energy from all the players, whether it's on the offensive side or defensive side, and just pulling for their brothers in there, and never took a step back the entire game. The other thing I'd like to say is we played a heck of a football team in the Colts today. Extremely well coached, fast, physical, disciplined football team that played to the bitter end, and we ended up being on the right side of it. But we were prepared to play a team that played like that in the game going in. So. With that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Rich, some of the things that you just said about this game, you can almost talk about for the entire season, just not giving up and fighting. resiliency in the fight of your team?
Yeah, I mean, we'd like to think that we're a team that cares about each other. We're a team that knows what to do and does what we know, and then we're a team that's going to compete with relentless effort from start to finish. And sometimes it's going to go your way, and sometimes it doesn't. But I think if you can look at the way we just keep battling and battling and battling, and I think the last 2 weeks, maybe the last 3 weeks, we've improved as the game has gone on as well. I think, Finn, we talked about it the other day in our press deal. So I think that's the big thing. We're trying to see improvement day in and day out with what we're asking them to do. And I think as you see during the course of the game, we do things to hinder ourselves at times. And then we seem to do things that we feel like we can keep improving as the game goes on and put ourselves in position to possibly win in the end. I think that's what today you saw.
Similar to last week against the Broncos, you guys had kind of a rough ending to the first half. You were able to bounce back in the second half. You have those kind of moments where things, some lapses, like you're saying, some mistakes.
Well, I think it started with we had 3rd and 1, and we had the false start, right? And we ended up kicking the field goal there, and we thought we could go in and get another touch. And then, we kicked the ball off, and we kick it out of bounds and give them the ball at the 40 and put our defense in a bad spot right there before the half. And they went into 2-minute. They had to go all the way down to the end to get on the 1-inch line to get it in. But, again, credit to them. They did a good job with that. And I thought we had, like I said, we had 2 mishaps with the 3rd and 1 going off sides hasn't showed up for a while. It was a problem earlier in the year and something we can fix. And then I think the kickoff out of bounds certainly put us behind the 8 ball and put our defense in bad position. But, again, a credit to our guys, bouncing back in the second half. We gave up the drive to start the second half. And but, again, I don't think they blinked. I think they came back, and we got to drive ourselves and put ourselves back in position. So it's a credit to the way those men are attacking every day.
You guys went for it on that 4th down. What was the discussion and process like? Was it a difficult decision, or did you guys feel pretty convicted?
No, we came into the game with a little bit of a mentality of if we got ourselves in 4th and 2, 4th and 1 situations, we thought we had a good enough package where we could do some of those things. And I thought you saw Derek create today. I thought he had 2 or 3, 2 for sure, top of my head, and I think 3 plays where he created and made big plays. So when he has the ability to step up like that and move himself around a little bit and put himself in position to create, whether it's 3rd down, 4th down, whatever, he did a good job with that. Now, I thought against a formidable front, our offensive line bowed up today and did a heck of a job and protecting them for the majority part of the day.
I feel like we've actually just 3 times the last 4 weeks, but what is your level of confidence in sending Carlson out there to kick a field goal?
Yeah, I think, the answer is the same. I think he, plays like he practices. And, I just don't ever really I don't think much about it. We go to the other end. I think we have a really good battery. Our guys have done a hell of a job in protection up front. And I know he has the mindset, even if he has a bad play before, like the kickoff, and to be able to come back and put himself in position to help our team win. I think the whole team has total confidence in Daniel.
Hunter obviously makes big play after big play. The 4th down we talked about, the game-winning drive as well. Just his contributions to the team every single week.
Well, yes, the question keeps coming up, comes up for a reason, right? He makes big plays in big situations, and he's done it his whole career. He did it at Clemson, and now he's doing it in the National Football League. And I can't say enough about the chemistry between him and Derek, and then his ability to understand the field and get himself in open positions, regardless if we're creating or if it's on time. So, and then again, Zay, I thought was put himself in position to make some big plays today and stayed on his feet and got us some first downs. And again, a credit to those guys, the way in which they just kept battling and battling and battling. You just can't say enough about it. And I thought at the end, our defense, they bowed up and forced them into a field goal at the end. And you can see our defensive line just kept coming at it. And we were rotating guys in, and it was coming out of stacks and tackling that back, who was really hard to tackle, as we all have witnessed, right, over and over and over again. So, again, credit to them and the way they play. But our guys just felt like they could just keep battling and put themselves in position to win at the end of the game.
Derek, once again, had a couple mistakes in the game, got banged up again, it looked like maybe an elbow, but gets the ball with a minute 56 to go and takes the team down the field. What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, again, I thought, the thing I thought was really exciting about him today is he had some creative plays in some difficult situations. I think the fourth down, to create there, and I know the other one he had stepped up inside and had a creative play. So I think when we get in that 2-minute situation, our offense has proven, Greg put some in really good positions with the play calls, and then I think our offensive line, like I said, bowed up and protected them, and I think we have a lot of confidence we get ourselves in a 2-minute situation. I think we had all 3 of our timeouts, and we had a chance to move the ball down there and put ourselves in field goal position to win it. So we have a lot of confidence in Derek to do that. He's done it a lot of times.
I know you want to enjoy this win, but it kind of goes without saying you're facing a playoff game next week, whenever that game might be against the Chargers. Just your thoughts on going into the last weekend with that at stake.
Well, we're going to enjoy this a little bit. We got a flight home, and we'll come back to work tomorrow and reset, as we talk about, and we'll go through the goods and the bads, and those guys will see it, and hopefully we can improve again a little bit, and we'll be excited about playing a football game at home next week.
One last thing, you dealt with a lot of COVID this week and the distractions of that. Just what your thoughts on the players that couldn't practice but showed up and played today?
Well, again, we can't say enough about those guys, right? In the National Football League, it's a job, and I think those guys do everything they possibly can when they're at home, not in our facility, to keep themselves in whatever cardio condition they can. And we're kind of no different with anybody else in the league. It's part of the norm right now, right? So a credit to our players that ended up coming in. Some didn't get in till late yesterday. Our linebackers went through multiple meetings yesterday with Richard Smith, and I think it might have been marathon meetings with those guys to get caught up a little bit, but they've been a part of the Zoom. But again, what they were able to do cardio-wise to go through the game, and it was so exciting to see Denzel Perryman out there and KJ and get Phylon back and all those things. So it's a credit to those guys, the way in which they kept themselves mentally and also physically prepared to play.
You talk about the depth at linebacker. Diablo seemed like he had a really good game today. What do you think of how he played?
Yeah, I thought Diablo played pretty well. We actually all thought he was going to have a pick today because we went through a little scenario in practice on Friday. Had a little fun with Diablo and Derek Carr, but he, again, he's the guy that just keeps improving, right, week in and week out, and you can see him improving as well throughout the game. And we got some guys. We brought Kyle Wilbur back, which enabled us to keep Divine off of special teams and concentrate a little bit more on defense. So it paid off for all of us.
Getting back to Derek real quick, you talked about his ability to create plays. How big was his athleticism and his speed? A couple times he got on the run, and his ability to throw the ball on the run led to big plays for you. How big was his speed and his athleticism in creating those plays that you talked about?
Yeah, again, I think we saw it today. When he has the ability to step up, when he gets a clean window in there and he can step up, or today I know he got himself flushed out of there a couple times to the right, and he's always throwing the ball well on the run. He's certainly athletic. I know he had the 2 big runs in last week's game. The one where he ran to the right and he was throwing it to the second window, and the linebacker picked it off. He'd make a heck of a play on it. I think he'd like to have that one back, but he saw the guy coming in the second window. So, again, anytime Derek has the ability to step up and create like that, he's made big plays for us. So, again, credit to all those guys on offense and the guys getting open for him.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow, man.
Hunter, on the catch late in the fourth quarter, it was one of those extended situations where Carr had to scramble a little bit and buy some extra time. As a receiver, on a play like that, how do you kind of approach it and what ended up happening?
Yeah, Derek did a good job extending the play. I know a lot of people have been on him about that, and so, it's all about the first step. And if you can, see it right before the DB does, and Derek can find you, then you have a good formula for success there. And Derek did that. The O-line did a good job of extending the play and letting us extend it, and Derek found me. It was a good job by him.
The fourth down play, were you the primary receiver the whole way? Is that the way the play was supposed?
Is that a touchdown?
Yeah.
We're all available, So Zay was coming in. He was going back out. We hit that a few times during the game, at least once I know. And so, we were maybe trying to get to Zay or whatnot, but, I came open late, and Derek did a good job of going through his reads and extending the play.
Hunter, when the defense makes a stop to hold the Colts to a field goal, how much confidence do you guys have coming off the field that you're going to take care of this?
Absolutely, yeah. And, that's something we take pride in is our 2-minute offense, especially the last 2 years. And so if they can get a stop for us to make it 20-20, give us 2 minutes to go down and win the game, that's all you can ask for. And defense did a great job stopping them and gave us that chance. And everyone did a good job of, not doing anything that, they're not coached to do. And we just went out there and did what we've done all year.
What does it say about you guys that after all you've been through this season, you're now just one win away from a playoff spot? Like, what does it say about what this team's like?
Yeah, a lot of adversity this year. It's one thing to come in here and after a loss and say we're built at the right stuff. We have a lot of character. We have a lot of good guys in the locker room. But it feels good to come out and really have some proof that we are. And so, all it means is we got to win next week. We put ourselves in a good chance to win next week, and we're in the playoffs. And that's what we've all talked about since the beginning. Just give us a chance in the dance.
In the growth of this franchise and this team, winning games like this, I mean, it's one thing everyone wants to win in a blowout, but being able to figure out ways to win on the road, these type of games, how big is that?
Yeah, and we still have a young team. We're kind of growing and we're learning a lot about each other. I've loved what Coach Bradley's done, and he's brought a great mentality in the defense that no matter what happens, we're going to stop them. We're going to give our offense a chance. And then on the flip side, Ole has done a great job of enabling us and letting us go out there and make plays. And it doesn't have to be the right call, but just giving us a chance to go out and make plays and put it in players' hands. And he did a great job with that. And it means a lot because 2 years ago, who knew we would have won this game? We lost in Oakland and Jacksonville and Tennessee, kind of going down the stretch. So to get 3 wins here, it says a lot about this franchise.
On the long play on the game-winning drive, did you know you had been touched?
I'm glad I was. Yeah, I'm glad I was. I did not think initially, so I'm glad I was because then we were able to run the clock down and get Daniel another game-winning field goal.
Is that a case where you're telling the refs, like, hey, just calm me down?
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever. Yeah. I came back to Ole and I was like, maybe I should have ran a little bit and got down at the 5, but you're not thinking about that all too much.
I know you don't care about the statistics and individual stuff, but you did cross 1,000 yards today, which is obviously like that milestone for receivers.
Yeah.
And it didn't mean anything to you.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible. It's something, I've never really gauged my success off of yards or catches or anything like that. But I'm not going to lie to you, that did seem kind of out of the realm of possibility coming in as a rookie, and I'd never had 600 yards in college, and so I just wanted to go out there and be the best receiver I could be and give ourselves a chance to win. And so to be able to do that, it speaks a lot of, Zay Jones had 120 yards today. Brian been taking the top off defenses, Deshaun Jackson as well. So, I have a lot to credit to those guys, Darren and Foster as well. So, and obviously Derek getting me the ball. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll have a good game next week and keep it going.
Great, guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it. See y'all.
Shoot.
Kind of becoming old hats. You just go out there and make the game-winning field goal and go celebrate with it.
Yeah, I mean it's been an exciting season. A lot of close games, which is how the league is supposed to be. So huge team win. It wasn't always pretty, but we found a way to win and win with a last-second kick again.
When the offense comes on the field with about a minute or so left,
Mm-hmm.
do you just automatically go into prepare mode because you have confidence that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, usually I kind of, anytime the offense gets the ball, I kind of start my warm-up process. Obviously, a 2-minute situation, I got to be a little quicker. They're fighting against the clock and stuff. But, I mean, they executed perfectly. I thought Hunter was, in for the touchdown. But it actually worked out probably better. It's just, then the clock ran out. And, the guy set me up with a 33-yard field goal. So, just the same PAT I thought I was about to kick. So, just great work by the team getting me in position, defense fighting all game. It was a huge win for us, obviously. So excited for what's ahead and big one next week.
There's a lot of time when you got with the review with the Hunter play.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you guys trying to run out clock and the timeout. So we're taking how much did that time kind of throw off your process maybe? Or,
Yeah.
What was going through there?
I mean, out there, you're just waiting. A lot of times that happens with touchdowns anyway. They got to review it every time. So just waiting for the PAT is what I was thinking. I had pretty good faith in Hunter that he made a smart play. But I mean, obviously they made the right call. He got touched or whatever. So, at that point, you just got to reset. The offense is going to run out the clock. And they did a great job getting a few extra yards, made it a little easier for us. And snap, hold, protection was all great. So it was a great way to end it there as well.
What happened on the kickoff at the end of the first? You trying to play
Oh, it was bad. No, it was just a miss hit. Yeah, just a miss hit. So I'm sure I'll get yelled at a little bit by Rich on that one, but hopefully not as much with the result there.
I guess does it make it better to be able to have that game-winning kick after making a mistake like
Oh yeah, definitely. It's tough losing after mistakes like that, but I mean that's something I gotta continue to work on, and we all got areas we can clean up, and like I said, we got a big one next week, no matter kind of what happens. So we're excited for that and the opportunity for another playoff type game for us. Awesome, thanks guys.
Okay. Talk about the confidence this offense has, and you guys get the ball and it takes left, and you just need to get down and get a field goal.
Yeah, we've been in that position before. We knew it was going to come down, going probably to score, finish it with a field goal. They have a good offense as well, so we just had to be prepared, which we were, and it's just super exciting to come out with that victory against that football team. Credit to our team, too. Guys did a hell of a job.
Zay, winning in this time of year, it seems like it's a lot about fight. Everybody's fighting out there. These last 3 weeks, you guys have fought, including today. What the resiliency that you guys have shown and the willingness to fight, what does that say about that group in there?
We know that we're in a playoff-type situation. It's getting close to the end, and during this time in the NFL, the intensity picks up a lot. So just honing in on our craft, our details, and finishing strong, like you said, that's what we did, and it's just paid off. It's really exciting to see the hard work pay off throughout the week.
Because in previous years, that might not have been there. In that, whether it was a locker room or just the ability to do that, but just showing this year that growth as a franchise, how important is that?
That's a good question. I think it's very important. Just building on the foundation of what was started in years past, and to see it come through fruition of where we're at now. But it's currently about the guys in the locker room right now. Not to take away anything from anybody, but there's a special group in there. We play hard for each other. It's really a brotherhood. I like to consider it to be that, and it's just awesome to finish out like that. But we still have more to go.
I know you're a team first guy, but this 3-game win streak has really come on strong. What do you think has been clicking for you as a league?
Just I think the patience of what I had to go through, what I had to endure. Work while you wait, and an opportunity has came for me. Just trying to seize the most of it. I think that's what happened tonight. But a credit to the guys around me, because they make it possible for me to be able to have a night like tonight. The offensive line, obviously Derek, Foster, the tight ends blocking, Jacobs and the guys selling the fakes, other guys running routes for me to be able to get open. So complete team effort. I'm excited. It's just a fantastic night for myself and for this team, and especially for our fans too, because they've been through a lot as well.
You talk about that journey of battling and getting to this point, going through struggles and getting to now be rewarded. How good does it feel to have that validation, to have that kind of reward finally paying off?
I think confidence is key in whatever you do, whether it's sports or life. Sometimes you fail, more often times failure than not, and just continuously working and picking yourself back up and getting up and transitioning and looking forward. It's an awesome feeling for anybody who's given themselves relentlessly to any skill, trait, or anything like that. So to repeatedly just keep going at it, keep chipping away, to have a result like tonight, it is encouraging, and it builds confidence, not only for myself but for this football team, speaking on the resiliency that we have. So I can't say it enough, man. I just want to celebrate my guys. It's an awesome win.
So you talk about that brotherhood. Denzel was here talking about how it was hard for him to breathe out there, because of everything he went through with COVID.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other guys as well. Is that inspiring to everyone in that room when guys are just show up and play the way they did?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys really just buckle down, whatever they're going through personally, or whatever circumstances occurring. From Denzel, I can name a lot of guys on the defense, offense as well, or all our personal stuff going on to just really give everything you have for the next 3.5, 4 hours, whatever it takes, even if that game would have went into overtime, having confidence knowing that my team is going to fight to the end no matter what. So defense did a great job. Of course, we have a great kicker, special teams unit to protect, snap, hold, to finish that game like that and just be able to celebrate with our team. It's a joyous feeling.
You and Derek's relationship is a very strong one. You guys have talked about a lot. When you see him playing the way he did today, not just throwing the ball, but making plays, like some creative plays that he made out there.
Yeah.
What is it like watching him play at that level?
I think it's very special. Derek has a game that has evolved in my eyes as far as being able to get out the pocket, scramble, find someone. That play he had with Hunter towards the end, the touchdown take, whatever it was, just shows a lot about who he is as a quarterback. And I've said it, Derek's a phenomenal person and player, and I love following him. I love that he's our leader. I listen, we communicate. He sees something, I full speed ahead, just try to do the best I can to make a play for him and for the guys that I know are counting on us on the sideline as well.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Glory to God. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
The final throw to Renfrow, looked like he was pressured by a linebacker and kind of evaded the kicker's guys downfield. How did that sequence kind of play out?
Yeah, it was definitely an off-schedule play. When the game's on the line like that, I'm just trying to keep every play alive as long as I can. There was one actually earlier to Josh too that we hit, but saw Hunter and he stayed with me just like he did on the touchdown. Another play, just trying to extend the play, create. I'm not going to go out and rush for 100 yards, but I can create and extend the play a little bit longer when I get outside and things like that. And Hunter stuck with me again and kept running, made a heck of a catch, and they touched his shoe, which actually ended up helping us, because then they have to use their timeouts, and so it was actually a good thing.
Derek, you've been talking a lot this year about how this group feels different to you, and these last 3 weeks and today in particular, does that kind of personify what you've been talking about?
Yeah, I think so. We still have one more to go, but we're finishing better, right? I think that's two or three in a row, and at the end of the year, that's all we've talked about. That's all we talked about before the season, and for whatever reason, we have adversity this season. We have adversity in the games. It's almost like, gosh, can we get a break, here or there? But we'll take the wins. Trust me. No matter how we have to do it, we're finding a way to do it because we have the right kind of guys, and there's never been a doubt. There's never a finger pointed, at this or that, and this coach is not there, and all this kind of nobody cares, and we have a bunch of guys that believe that and just keep going.
Denzel was in here earlier talking about how with COVID he was, winded because of practice and was still maybe feeling the effects. When you see guys like that are selling out and giving out like that in a game like this, how inspiring is that across the board?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Especially, you can tell, he's running, making tackles, he's taking a knee a little bit longer than he usually does, and the fight, and that's why he's a Pro Bowler. I've always thought he's one of the best linebackers in the league, playing him when he was with the Chargers and all that. But now that he's getting the recognition and he's played a lot of plays, he's staying relatively healthy, and I'm glad that he's getting that recognition because he has that mentality. He's one of my favorite people. He wears a little white tank top with a Raider emblem on it to workouts. It's just he's hilarious. You know, I love that guy, and that's exactly who he is out there on the field. He doesn't care what he looks like, man. He's just going to go out there and try and play as hard as he can, no matter how he feels, and he does it every play.
You had the leg injury in Cleveland, ribs last week. Did you get an elbow today?
Yeah, I mean, I won't get too into everything. Yeah, again, that's a little bit about why I keep talking. I can't catch a break, you know, sometimes. But trust me, I wouldn't trade it for anything right now. We're winning, you know. And so if I got to keep going through a little bit of stuff to help us win, there's no problem with me.
Does all of the stuff you guys went through this year, does that help you when you go down on a play like you guys did the second half there, a real fluke kind of pops up and you guys are able to kind of, there's no woe is me, you guys just kind of move on sort of thing? Is that kind of,
Yeah.
gone through this year, does that help you in this situation?
Absolutely. You know, it's something that's it's not just something that we went through so it helps us. I mean, we talked about it, you know, like nobody cares. Keep going. Win the day. Win the game. You know, is the season over because our head coach is gone? Is the season over? You know, because our receiver's gone, our corner's gone. You know, we're just gonna, you know, and at the end of the day, we have a job to do. So it's like that just nobody cares mentality. You know, no one's gonna come feel sorry for you. No one's gonna come pat you on the back and tell you it's going to be okay. It's not okay. We got to win, you know. And I think it's that mentality that we keep speaking into existence, that when things happen, you know, if I throw a pick, defense doesn't care. They don't even blink. They go out and they don't even let points happen, you know. And it's unbelievable. You get the ball back and you're still right there in it, you know. And there's been years in the past where if I turned it over one time, you know, the game might get out of hand. And now that our defense is playing like they are, I've been more aggressive, there's no doubt. But whenever we can you know, play complementary football, as long as we have a chance at the end of the game, you know, we'll always take those chances, man. We feel good about it.
You talked about the off-schedule play at the end of the game. There was several throughout the day today that worked out for you guys.
Yep.
Was that just something game plan-wise, or was that just you know, making plays, being creative? What was going on there?
Yeah, those are the plays that, you know, you see so many of those great quarterbacks make, and I'm not putting my name in there. I'm saying, like, you see Aaron make them all the time. You see Patrick and those guys. Those are plays that aren't drawn up, you know. It's just your receiver staying alive and helping you out and making plays on the ball. And for me, I've watched those guys, and, you know, you try and take things from everybody and learn from them. And that was just, you know, whether it's a protection or the routes cover, whatever it is, then you just try and find a couple steps to your right or up the middle, whatever, just to make some more time to let someone maybe break off his route and do something else. And we did it well today. You know, it's tough. You know, we don't do it every play, you know, but for the most part, you know, whenever we can do those things, it opens up our offense, and it helped us win a football game today. That's for sure.
Are those plays more fun, I guess, than you know, just getting your five-step drop and just fighting the ball?
I don't know. I kind of like reading the defense and shredding them too. You know, that's fun. But I think it's more fun for the fans. You know, for me, I'm just trying to find completions. You know, I'm trying to complete the ball I'm trying my best to complete every pass every time I throw it. You know, and you know, for me, it's not any different. But I think for the fans, obviously, they get excited and want to jump around about that kind of stuff.
I know you guys want to enjoy this one and deservedly so, but next week is an important game.
Yeah.
You guys seem locked in right now. Do you just immediately turn the page to that game now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've had to win the last 3 weeks to even make this one mean something, you know. And I think that just keeping the mindset and, you know, keeping the main thing. What's important is tomorrow, you know, recovering, getting our lift in and getting our run in and all that kind of stuff, taking care of our bodies so that we're ready to go on Wednesday. And, you know, Monday and Tuesday are the most important days. You got to get your body ready to go to practice. You got to get your mind ready to go, you know, from a game plan aspect and all that. We got a really good football team coming into our place too. And so it's nice that it's at home. I can't wait to hear our fans and, you know, how loud it is on defense and, you know, how awesome that'll be. But for us, I think every game for the last month really has been a playoff game for us. And, you know, I don't think anything changes this week. You know, we got to move on. We have a really good team that beat us the last time we played them. And so hopefully we can flip that this time.
I want to say that was your 29th career game-winning drive. What clicks did Derek Carr has had in that situation to kind of get into that sort of mode?
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was a kid, that's all I practiced. You know, maybe I should have practiced some more stuff, but when I was a kid, I would go outside for you could ask my dad or my mom, my brothers. I would go outside for 3 hours, and you just hear me counting down 3, 2, 1, and I'd shoot it, or I'd throw the last pass, or catch the last pass. I always just loved that moment, if I'm honest, and maybe that's why I like Kobe so much, because I loved when he would always want that shot at the end. I don't know. I'm just wired, my mind, my heart, just that way to love those moments. That's what I practiced as a little kid. So whenever we get in those moments, and seeing the confidence on our team, my teammates' faces, knowing that we can do this, it's a cool thing for me. And in this league, these games are always so close that any chance you get to have the ball in your hand last, it's exciting. That's what you work so hard for. So I don't know why I'm wired that way. I've always liked it since I was a little kid.
Coach showed confidence, obviously, in the offense. 4th and 2, 11 minutes left.
Yeah.
Keep guys on the field. Were you lobbying for that, or was that just was his call?
Well, at first I always check with Coach, and I want to see his expression, because if he's a little angry, I'm not going to say much to him. But it's his show, man. And so when I looked and I was like, hey, let's go. It's not like we have to go or you're wrong. It's like, you want to go? We'll get it. Let's go, that kind of thing. So with the way that we were moving the ball really all day, we felt good in what we were seeing and all that kind of stuff. I think he had the confidence to just let us go.
Another off-schedule play there, too?
Another off-schedule play. Don't throw the ball across your body, kids. But sometimes it works.
It's getting kind of repetitive at this point, but when you guys see Carlson trot out there
Yeah.
in a game-winning situation,
Yeah.
is there even a thought just our game's over?
Well, I think you're I think me as a faithful man, I'm just well, it's going to happen one way or the other regardless. Am I still going to be a good husband? Am I still going to be a good dad if he doesn't make it? You know what I mean? Yeah, you want him to make it, and you have faith in him, you believe in him, and all those things, and he's proven it over and over again. And all those comebacks and that record and all that kind of stuff, none of that matters unless these guys go out and make kicks, make catches, and all that kind of stuff. So it's just cool that I could be a part of something like that with Daniel. Just getting him in a position for him to win the game for us, and he does it time in it. But not enough credit for the holder and the snap. Those two guys, they've been a part of them too. They do a great job.
Adam, you got any more?
Y'all are funny. Y'all funny. Happy New Year, y'all.
All right, thanks.